another. A roiling ball of storm clouds grows before you in this veil of shadow, swelling as the interior sparks and flashes with light intensely, and they occur more and more rapidly as this sphere of roiling storm grows and swells. You sense something contacting you, and while it isn't speaking with words, you interpret it through language, through your mind. Loss. Loss is excruciating. Loss is paralyzing. Loss is inevitable. Loss can bring sorrow, bring hate, bring cruelty and darkness. Another bright flash. You see a muddied field of burning huts. Corpses lie at your feet, your blade bloodied. A figure turns to you, eyes aglow with yellow, their deep red skin and hooked horns peeking from beneath their folded wings. Their smile curls open. Your anger is beautiful to behold, orphan maker. Another flash. Only the rolling storm remains.
Oh my god.
1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Yasha.
Immediately red.
In your exhaustion,
Yes.
the darkness comes comfortably as night's rest and an evening's respite. And though you don't awaken, you can feel the thunder. You can feel it roll and vibrate through your body. With each impact, there's a flash of light behind your eyes, like a heartbeat of a dull blue glow. A deafening blast of thunder shakes your eyes awake, and you are soaked, standing on the precipice of a mountain. You can see the heavy clouds before you, with slight little breaches between where moonlight and stars are briefly visible before they are consumed once more by the storm. Arcs of lightning shoot across the Jorha sky. You're cold, shivering, your hair matted over your face, your eyes barely peeking through. Through another arc, you think you see an arm through the clouds, and it's gone. Another flash of light, and you see what looks like a humanoid form reaching from the storm towards you. Your instinct is to turn and run, but you watch as the head kind of turns. Just another flash of light and it's gone. You sense a presence behind you. What do you do?
I turn around and walk towards it.
You turn around from the space where you're standing, and the opposite side of this mountain range is just bodies, corpses littered and stretched out before you, dozens and dozens of them. You can't see their faces, you just see folded arms and legs, wounds, and there, standing behind you, it's a shaded figure. The flash of light behind you emanates and briefly frames the face you see. A familiar male figure, his curved horns back from the front, his wings folded over his shoulders, his sly grinning yellow eyes peering at you. He just looks, shakes his head and walks away.
Do I recognize any of the bodies? Anything in the bodies? Is anything about it familiar to me?
Do you go towards the bodies?
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw.
Oh, that's cocked. Ah, come on. See what's happening? It's so.
It's landing on the corner.
Here we go. Okay.
Weirdest dice.
Yeah, it's a crazy little
It's
die.
a crazy die.
15.
15. This figure that is familiar to you, but you don't know why or where, causes something in your heart to freeze, and you feel the fear kind of welling up in your throat. This heavy lump that's making it hard to swallow. And you try and take a step, and you have to force yourself to move. And you take another step, and you go towards one of the bodies, and you turn it over. And it's Molly Mock. And you go look to the left, and you look, and there's Jester. And you look past that, and you see Caleb. And you start to look around, and everybody is somebody who's crossed your path. Somebody you've let in. You glance up, and that figure just keeps walking away, shaking his head. You wake up as the heavy thunder rolls through the hall. Towards the final 20 minutes or so, you see two figures walking down the street that approach the exterior of the apothecary. One of them is a tall male hobgoblin in a breastplate. It's obscured by a leather cowl with a large sword sheathed on his back. The other appears to be elven in stature, long tattered black cloak that's pulled around a set of gray leather armor. Their head is obscured by a hood and a face wrap of blue cloth. And both of them approach the front and kind of push on the door. The door opens.
Do I see any blonde? Do I see any?
Make a perception check. Or no, you already made your roll. You don't see any particular details of blonde hair necessarily, but you do see a bit of the skin appears to be drow. The drow steps over, kind of is walking forward with the hobgoblin right behind them as all this happens. Sees like Caduceus in the window, looks over as oh no,
invisible.
You're invisible. Sees you walk in, and just kind of gives an amused glance, looks past and looks at Yasha and goes, "Orphan Maker."
Oh, backstory!
Shit.
Lord up! Backstory! Lord up!
This is the drop. Who? That's the
The drow.
I
You do not recognize this person.
Who just said that? Because I just got real. Everything went.
The drows. And turns to you, not and says, just take care of her for me.
I'm going to cast Sending.
All right.
And all I'm going to say is, eyes are on you. You've left the rendezvous. What happened to the mission?
Check something real fast.
Ooh.
Power play. Power play.
Power fucking play.
Move.
Come on, come on.
Responds, I know you. But I appreciate your attempt at deception. If you are intent on following, come north. Bring her. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Okay, I can try.
Okay, you're going to scry on the dark elf that you were attempting to follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obann, is that his name?
Obann was what you heard from the
Yeah.
corpse of the hobgoblin.
I'm gonna scry on him.
You want to use his name just to freak him out?
That is a
And he doesn't know
natural
I'm dead.
6.
Yeah, succeeded.
Oh, you're not talking to him.
No,
you're
I'm scrying.
All right. So, here in the rainy night, you concentrate. And for a moment, you're having a hard time grasping onto the thread of this individual. Something seems unfocused. And then you have the familiar billowing of green robes, and hands reach out and clasp your fingers together and kind of show you like a teacher correcting your posture. And as the hood looms to your left side, you see the smile on the traveler's face, and he says, "Just like I taught you." With that, you're off and thrust through the rain and the storm at an impossible speed. Before you readjust once more, the rain all around you, you can sense the cold and the wetness. It's strange because you're not wet, you're not present, but you feel like you should, and instinctually your body is going through the physical motions. But you're dry, and you can feel it where you're sitting. What you do see, however, is a very darkened rock surface of the base of a mountain. You occasionally see flashes of light from nearby bolts over this 10-minute period that help kind of make out shapes. But you see this figure wrapped in the same clothing as when they escaped Rosohna. They're no longer on horseback. Instead, he walks among the strong buffeting winds that are tossing mud and muck past him, the rain blasting down on the shoulders and head. He's feeling across the surface of the mountain, like fingers and hands kind of just pouring across it, feeling the nooks and crannies. Slowly, inspecting and carefully just scanning with his hands along the rock. You can see what you assume to be, based on the dark stone here in the north direction you're passing, to be the base of the Penumbra Range mountains that kind of curve across the top of the barbed fields and encompass most of the eastern side of Xhorhas. He's searching. He's searching, and then he stops.
Can I see what his fingers are doing?
Make a perception check.
Come on, Jesse.
Jesse. Billy.
13.
13. It's hard to make out the details, but it seems like his body shifts, like he's found something. Something has changed. The body kind of tenses, and he stops his slow, gradual drifting across the mountain base. He takes a step back and reaches into the pack and pulls out something. It's a small stone crest of some kind.
The crest that he bought.
He puts it back in his pouch and then continues searching. Apparently didn't quite discover what he thought he did. Okay.
Oh, man.
So you cast the spell,
Oh, man.
reaching out into the ethers, sending your thoughts and words forward. You say,
The orphan maker has arrived.
Oh dear.
Where can we find you?
Oh dear.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
This was our fate seal. We're going to die.
Holy shit. This guy is standing with. This guy has got the phone somewhere, and like Orcus is standing with him, and they're like, on the phone.
I'm on hold.
To our dude. Oh my god, let Matt formulate his thoughts. Oh my god.
expedient and trustworthy. I'm impressed. And a performer. Come. 5, 6 miles west of the village. Look for the hidden entrance. I'm waiting.
Alright, I'm going to cast Sending on him.
All right.
This place is really scary. We have her. How far is it? What is this place? Did you know there were gold hearts? Okay, anyway, bye.
Goat hearts. What about goat hearts?
Ah, yes, I've made my way as well. I'm glad you've kept up. Hope to see you soon. Just be careful. Wouldn't want you spoiled.
This is crazy.
So, Ford, you're walking back, kind of heading towards the base of the stairs, and you see a figure step up to the railing.
Eyes up.
You see you all kind of stop and look and glance, and you can see standing there, kind of cloak over the shoulder, a drow figure who goes, "Ha! Well done. Well done indeed. I'm impressed by your tenacity and your capabilities. It is with great wisdom that I fled when we first met." Do you know where you stand?
Bet you're gonna fucking tell us.
Please tell us. I shout from below.
Looks over the railing at you with a smile. Welcome to the heart of the King's Cage. A relic of the Calamity. Devised as a temple built to Torag around a primal fane of corrupting power. It was built secretly by the Allhammer Moradin and Sehanin, the Moonweaver, to lure Torag into its use. Once bound to the fane, it was instrumental in banishing him beyond the plains to his fate within the boundaries of the Far Realm. However, this left the temple still corrupted, and post-divergence it fell entirely into the control of Torag's zealots and his undying chosen, who, like his master, could not really be slain. The martyrs for Sehanin fought them to these depths and sealed it with their own celestial life forces, so they could all be forgotten. Now I'm curious. Why do you seek me out? We've not met before, and yet you so abruptly interrupt a meeting. I'm curious. What stake have you in this game? What do you know of me? Why have you followed me?
Several sessions ago. I don't know.
He's a source of upheaval.
You sort of called out one of our friends over here. So that gave immediate alarm. Had you not done that, maybe we wouldn't have. So, since you love monologuing, why don't you tell us what you want with her?
You still haven't answered my question. You were there, you attacked me and my compatriot, you attempted to interrupt what was a secretive exchange. How did you come about this information and why?
We are very talented individuals. There is a sensitive balance being struck between the dynasty and the empire. And from what we saw, you are trying to upset that. We don't want to see any further loss of life, and therefore we tried to thwart whatever plans you have. Now, are you going to tell us what you know about our friend, or are you just going to stand up there and die?
You seem an odd assortment of vagabond mercenaries to be wandering these plains of Jorhas. Where does your allegiance lie?
You keep asking questions, man, without answering ours first.
Yeah, tit for tat, right?
Make a persuasion check.
I suggest you come clean. And I cast suggest.
You cast suggestion.
20 total.
Okay. Is that a wisdom save?
17. Yeah.
17, you got it. No joke, double natural 20s.
Yep, confirmed.
Wow.
Why did we get 2 20s in a row getting ones?
Guys,
No.
guys.
Dice don't like us tonight.
But
20.
in answering your question, he goes, well, I had thought you lost, Orphan Maker. For so long, you were the prize of us. For months, we sought the threads of the angel's designs. You and I were the heart and the vessel, working towards her broken request. You watch as his form begins to slightly shift. The drow dropping away, leaving behind red skin, yellow eyes, horns that curl up across the head, and a pair of red leathery wings that lie folded across the back.
Fuck.
A figure you've seen in your dreams and visions a number of times as of late. Swaths of innocence who questioned our holy journey fell beneath our blades, your blade. Then you vanished, leaving us heartbroken. To see you again brings me such joy I have not the words. I'm eager to see what you've learned and what you've become while wayward and gone, Orphan Maker. You wish to know why I'm here? I'm following her design. The Angel of Iron seeks the dark, abandoned children, for she is the mother of all robbed of a greater family. Where these children lie has been cruelly kept from her, from us, until we could reach the great books, the great secrets. Here, you have aided me in finding one such lost child. And for that I am eternally grateful. Her grace shines with you all, it seems.
Who is the...
Angel of Iron.
She is who she is.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, it seems the time is nigh. Come join me in welcoming our new brother to the arms of our angel. The wings kind of... and he takes off, flying above you in the chamber.
No.
Just kind of taking a central position above you, about 20 of your feet. Reaches and pulls out, looks to be a stone slab, and begins reading loudly. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Yes.
Boy.
So, Obann, the fiendish individual, continues to read. Does anyone here speak Abyssal or understand?
One of us does. Oh, yeah, because you're now apparently a devil?
And you used to work with this motherfucker?
I need more answers. I didn't get to ask any questions.
You're gonna have to...
No, meh.
The phrase you hear this round is, by light or by blight, the dark eternal shall not be confined, shall not be contained. That is the extent of the phrase you hear this turn. As he finishes that phrase, both of the golden sigils on each side of the sarcophagus begin to glow. The chains are beginning to rattle.
Oh god.
That finishes... Actually, for his turn, he's going to fly up a little higher. And get right up to the ceiling and is now right against the top. The wings kind of... You can see now the daylight spell brightening up. The whole mural is encasing him. He looks like he's almost becoming part of it, the way the shadows are moving. As the wings flap, you can see the arms reaching around and the screaming head of Torhog, the crawling king, just still behind, framing him. That finishes your turn. Obann continues reading in Abyssal. You recognize the language. The phrase he says is, the bonds of the clean wither, with flame expended. Chains, to be bound is to break free. Fulfill thy destined path and awaken. The tablet flashes. The chains shatter off, and the lid explodes upward. So, as the lid of the sarcophagus flies into the ceiling, shatters in a cloud of dust and stone, you watch as a giant, pale, meaty hand grabs the edge, the mist parts, as you see a hood and cloak, deep brown and oily black, stained in places, rise out of it, standing to a full 10 feet in height. The cloak obfuscating much of the torso, dangling just past the forearm area, where you see the one large hand lifting itself up. You see just beneath the hood a bit of a sagging open jaw, sharp broken teeth, the skin itself pale, dirty, and weirdly twisted to look like some sort of horrifying mockery of a human face with just the bit you can see. You see like red stained leather that goes across the body and legs, heavy boots as it steps out. The right hand is missing below the forearm, and where the hand would be, you see a long, double-sided blade.
That's a problem.
Affixed and built into its arm.
Oh shit!
Damn it!
Oh, let's see.
That thing is huge! What? Are you nuts?
Oh
It's a
no!
nightmare thing.
That is entirely too big.
You should see it from this side. It's awful.
Turn her spin around
It
so I can
is
see him.
awful.
Look, see?
He emerges.
This
and
is-
hey! I
just
walked over to Travis! He does a
see
slow
his face.
360 so you can get a good
He shows off his. He walks to the edge of the walkway and pivots and turns. All right.
Fabulous.
It's like curious.
Damn, I look good. I had my beauty rest.
As it emerges, Obann shouts, "Yes, child! Come, join us!"
Please eat Obann.
And the creature just quietly looks up.
Ozzy Osbourne, that shit.
Yes.
It looks angry, but also weirdly grinning.
Yeah, well, I'll duck back into my hidey hole.
His turn.
It is his turn. Okay.
Shit.
Let me double check one thing.
Hashtag fuck.
Where's he gonna go to?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's got some sort of fireball.
So
Some sort of like poof, and we're all gonna go looking around him.
he is going to fly as far as he can that direction. You get an attack of opportunity against him.
Come on, Ford.
Do I go?
You've already used your reaction this turn.
Come on, 40. 40.
23.
23. Shield. He's got his reaction back on his turn.
Oh wait,
Got this
oh
one by me.
wait, but I am,
No,
I
he's
am
casting
blessed.
shield again because he got his reaction back.
Oh, we got his real. Oh.
26.
That hits.
You're blessed, sir.
Go ahead and roll damage.
God bless you.
Come on.
8 points of slashing
Oh my
damage.
fucking god!
No, he's not down.
He's got 1 hit point!
Oh, I'm sorry. Hexblade's curse plus 4 to damage.
That'll do it.
Sometimes I gotta remember it.
All right. So, go ahead and I guess how do you want to do this?
As he starts to fly off, I'll just take the falchion and carve up his back right between the wings.
All right. As he arcs through the air, kind of floating down,
Don't let it.
glances over towards Yasha as he's falling and says, "Avenge me."
Never.
Make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
What?
With disadvantage.
What is happening right now?
Oh
Oh. Oh. Oh.
No, please.
Nope.
I don't want to do this.
What was it?
What?
2.
2? Flat 2?
You feel a burning, sharp pain in the back of your neck, right at the base of the skull. And this old, forgotten anger wells up within you.
Oh, God.
All right.
What?
He
What
is-
happens?
As you see him hit the ground and roll, the body turns to mush. Like fiends do.
We can't ask him questions, though.
You've killed fiends in previous campaigns.
we know,
But not in this
I know.
campaign. What a surprise! Switch personality. How are we gonna find out Yasha's backstory?
Yeah, that's
Who is
okay.
Yasha?
Fuck.
Where?
Through this experience, the minute that burning sensation seared into the back of your neck was weirdly familiar. You began to feel the rush of memories of being found broken in the wastes. This red-skinned savior pulled you from the depths and showed you an angel like yourself that could give the power you need to maybe forgive yourself, or perhaps one day avenge those that took your love from you. And you just see flashes of laughter and conversations with this Obann and others. A traveling troupe of zealots wandering these plains. Flashes of you, brothers in arms. Flashes of you hunting those who wander too far from their village. Flashes of the bloodshed and carnage you caused. Uncertain if it was within you this whole time, or was it this same burning? You don't know. You just know you kept being drawn to his yellow eyes and his comforting voice. Who knows how long? You see yourself receded into your consciousness, looking through a tiny window. Your body not your own. Frozen in emotion, watching your friends scream and flee. You see the hulking mammoth, laughing hand, an entity you had heard the name once or twice in the past, but had long forgotten, blacked out like all these memories. And you see it slam and slam and slam into these barriers. You help. The two of you together watch as the first barrier begins to crack and break, and then shatter over time. Another period passes with the strength of you two silently smash through the next barrier, which you shouldn't be able to do. But this entity is far older and of a different make than anything you've encountered before. You're scared, but you have no control. Or do you? That thought scares you. Before the behemoth lumbers off, slowly clawing both of your way to freedom once more, you step back into the chamber and gather in your hands the remaining ichor that once was Obann. In it you can still feel a very faint thrum or beat. Holding in your hand, you turn and follow your new lumbering friend. Or at least the body does. Or is it you? You're scared.
You're right. Having information would help. So I would be okay with you checking in on Yasha.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and perform a scry ritual on Yasha.
I fucking this level bell early in the morning.
Strangely enough, that's exactly the incantation you require to scry. Okay. Your neck still kind of has a little crink in it from how you slept the night before. As you sit there and prepare your scry ritual, here in kind of the warm interior of the elevated, almost attic space, you feel a cool breeze kind of pass over your shoulders as that familiar sense of the traveler with you kind of leans forward and says, let's see what she's doing. And kind of you feel his hands go over your eyes and kind of a darkness peekaboo type sensation as his fingers pull back. You're now looking within a darker cavern. And you can see Yasha sitting on her knees, eyes closed, meditating. Similar to how you are in your scry, but not the same type of ritual. And you watch her there quietly for a few minutes. And there's a bit of light under her chin, like a reddish-orange firelight. It kind of flickers brighter and brighter. And you kind of try and glance out of the periphery of that scope of the scry position. You can see that flame blurred, but growing brighter and brighter before it manages to flash. Yasha opens her eyes. You can see the dead stare, intense. The clenched jaw turns into a grin. You see a red-skinned hand come out from where the flame was that touches her shoulder. And her voice say, very good. Thank you for your patience. Now, this has been one fine reunion. Let's go see if we can find the others. And then he turns around and begins to walk away. She stands up and begins to follow. And as the end of the scry spell's length begins to peter out, you can hear the looming footsteps of the laughing hand, at which point the fingers curl once more around your eyes, and you feel them pull back, and you find yourself once more within the store's elevated floor. As you sit and focus, you feel kind of the wind blow in from your window, the smell of the sea air calms you, and the traveler once more leans in across the other shoulder this time and goes, I think we found someone this time.
Finally.
And as you close your eyes, you feel your vision pulled forward through clouds and sky to a flash of what looks to be a metropolitan area. Just an instant, you see buildings, you see streets. There's another flash.
Do they recognize the city? Did it look familiar?
Make a perception check.
Texture type.
Oh, I didn't do it. 19.
19, and the quick glance that you see there, the perimeter of it, the periphery, though it is just a quick flash, there's something triangular to its shape.
Okay.
Now, you're pulled through into a low-lit hall of light marble pillars. Rows and rows of books and scrolls. Splashes of blood. Cold bodies swathed in gray and blue, sprawled across the stone floor. Yasha walks, step, step, magician's judge at her side. Crimson spray across the front of her face and shoulders. Make another perception check.
I'm gonna just hold my hands really tight for guidance.
Can I do that? Am I allowed to do that?
Not in the middle of it.
Okay, I do that. 9.
9, okay. You follow her stepping forward down the staircase. a person rushes by and her arms, and the person crumbles out of view. Walking up to a door that is broken. Yasha stops, and there at the cusp of the blurred vision of this censer of the scry, you see a man of dark hair, smooth complexion, wearing the similar gray-blue robes as the other figures around. But a familiar voice comes through. It says, as he's looking through a book amongst a pile of books in the ground. Vince fails to pull his weight. The angel will see my deeds superior. You recognize the voice as Obann's. Pulling back a bit, you can see Yasha's wings are unfurled, black, dark, strands of tethered shadow holding them. You hear a distant scream that is silenced, followed by a faint, discordant echo of laughter. Many voices laughing together, blending and bending. The reading human's eyes go wide as he smiles. Jurael's remains were bisected, the heart buried within the lotus den, and the skull entrusted to the elves within the Velethu. It seems we have some questions to ask, my dear orphan maker. Come, hand! And you feel the presence and the footsteps of the laughing hand push in behind Yasha. The slight light chuckles. Let us find you a new friend. Obann reaches out and grabs the blade of the hand and extends the other hand towards Yasha. Yasha, you can see the blood streaks across her face, pierced by the tears that run down. Reach out and grab his other hand. All three vanish, and the scrying connection is lost.
Something for the night I might have missed.
Yeah, on our first night, stopping
first night heading
I'll try to
Okay.
cry.
So you guys head off. You begin to set up your ritual in the middle of kind of the grassy field here. And, you know, after being in Zadash so long and in the snowy regions of the Flockhand Alps, it's been nice to kind of head northward through the Menagerie Coast along the grassy fields and the jungles that met you to the Wuyun Gorge, and now back into the familiar, lush fields and plains of southern area of Wynandir. You prepare your ritual, focusing your eyes once more down upon the sigil you've drawn out across the dirt, focusing for a moment, and you feel the presence of the traveler there backing you up, kind of channeling the vision through him into you. Your vision begins to shift as you hear the traveler's voice say, "Ah, I think we have her." Your vision pulls back into the clouds, dark at night. You can see the stars for a second before there's a thrust of movement. You feel yourself get momentarily almost jostled from the movement before you are brought into what looks to be a meeting of mountain and hills. You can see Yasha, and just beyond the periphery, another figure, herself cloaked and hooded. The secondary figure cloaked and hooded, and a large looming cloaked and hooded figure moving forward. They're right at the base of these rocky mountains, among what looks like grassless rolling hills. The soil nearby strangely dotted with multicolored minerals and odd scrub brush.
Does it sound familiar? Does it look familiar with any location that I've been to or seen?
Nothing you've been to or seen. As in watching, you know, they kind of stop for a second. Yasha pulls her head back and kind of looks off in the distance. Make a perception check for me.
God damn, I told you! 7.
7, okay. Puts the hood back up, and they continue walking forward. A few moments later, you hear a and they all kind of move out of the way, and you can see a little bit of spray coming and kind of changing your perspective, there looks to be a heavy plume of steam rising nearby, and a geyser of hot water that suddenly sprays from a pool-like vent not far from them across the ground. They kind of move around slightly. This kind of area has some sort of geothermal activity to it. They're quietly just walking in under the cover of night.
Can I see Yasha's eyes?
This would be, yeah, it's the same time of night you guys would be in. Yeah, or at least it's night where they are, and it's night where you are.
It's not like a different side of the world.
It doesn't seem to be, at least in a north-south region. Of course, night can fall quite a distance on a continent.
Yeah. Same continent.
So, same continent you gather. Unfortunately, with the perception roll you made, you can't see much else. You just can make out the fact that it is Yasha. About 10 minutes of them perusing this journey, your spell fades, and the scry loses its anchor.
Let's scry on Yasha one more time to see if they're still there, and maybe.
So, natural 1 on that saving throw.
I can't, like in those situations, because they don't know it's coming. I already asked if I could.
All right, so. The traveler's presence warms the space around you, and as you fold your hands in front, you feel his hands clasp yours. And the voice goes, let's see what your friend's doing this way. And his head turns this direction, and your vision suddenly shifts in this rapid pace, kind of zigzagging through blurring topography, mountains, hills, kind of dodging through. Suddenly you kind of wince for a second, your eyes seeing a bright sun, reddish orange in a sky, kind of partially broken clouds above. You see Yasha walking through a rough-looking, kind of a swampy waste and an open plain. This is a Jorhassian sky. You see her walking alongside a similar cloaked and hooded figure. Her cloak she had previously is just kind of off the shoulder, hood down, and the hulking shape of the Laughing Hand also mostly wrapped and obscured by a much heavier cloak than the one that you had first encountered him with, looming across the field. Make a perception check for me.
Come on, guidance and shit.
I can't guidance myself on this stuff. I already asked. God damn it!
Holy shit. All 3s and 2s tonight.
Okay. You follow them along.
That's what I was talking about with pre-rolls. We're all 2s and 3s.
You follow them along. They're just walking. You hear, just outside of the periphery, Obann, the voice familiar to you, kind of speaking and seems to be ranting a bit under his breath in the direction of Yasha, but you can't quite make out the details of what he's saying. You can't quite make out the location of where they're at. You can see there's like some shapes, but the sensor of your scry stays focused around Yasha. Most blurs beyond that immediate radius, but at least you can make out topography. It does appear to be Jorhassian in the familiar lighting of the sun and the broken landscape, though you're not certain of the actual location there.
Okay.
And after about 10 minutes or so of focusing, you lose your tether. He goes and pulls one book out and kind of dusts it off a bit and opens it. And this one has a language on the cover that you don't recognize. Do any of you speak Abyssal? Or know Abyssal?
Nope.
Well,
Yash does. Oh, I will in 10 minutes. Or is he? Or he's reading over his shoulder.
He's actually going. You're looking over his shoulder, and he begins to pour through, and it looks like he can read it.
Oh, okay. He's fine.
He goes through, and he goes, there is mention of a name Obann here. It speaks of a servant of Grazd, the dark prince of the Argent Palace, within the abyssal domain of Azatar.
Servant of Grazd?
Grazd. Graz'Zt.
Have we heard that before?
It's says, Obann was once called Grazt's Master of Wills, but it is said here that he was then shamed and destroyed after a terrible failure to his lord, and that's where the end of his footnote is. It's very small.
Shamed and destroyed?
Shamed and destroyed.
Shamed.
Closes the tome.
Well, he's...
Picked up.
Yeah, but he's not
back now.
destroyed. He's back.
And then the
I'll amend it. Takes out and puts another note in to amend the note.
last
So Jor-El's heart is at the Lotus Den, and
The skull.
Skull is
the head
is
is at
at
Velothil.
Yeah.
So he's already gotten the heart?
We don't know that.
Probably.
looking for the heart.
They're looking
Last time we
for it.
checked, he was at the
But
swampland.
who knows, they might have already gone to the wood. It had been a couple days.
It's a pretty big place.
I'm going to scry on them right now.
Yeah.
On
Yasha,
Yasha. Okay.
thank you. Are you enhancing my ability?
Yeah. Well, you can't do it till. Yeah. I'm giving you guidance. Oh.
if you enhance
motive
my ability, I'll
possibility.
get a perception check.
All right. That's fair then. I'll
Okay.
burn another.
Second level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick one of the good d20s.
Shut up.
There are none.
There's none left.
That can't be possible
Here.
with her.
No. I'm
I know.
having faith in mine.
All right. You focus here in the center of the archive, closing your
Drop down on
eyes.
my knees in the middle of the library.
A light breeze begins to blow through the space, though the windows are closed. Which you particularly pick up as interesting. Familiar signs depending on who is toying with somebody's current interest and focus. You sense the presence of the traveler come to you and say, "Don't mind the books. They'll write your name in time, alongside mine. But for now, let's look elsewhere." Clasps his arms on your shoulder, and you feel your vision drift and push once more out through cloud and sky, suddenly hitting dense foliage. Heavy vines, thick root and tree, soft, overgrown forest floor where fallen elements of plant life seems to rot and gather into soft underbrush. There you see, pushing through, Yasha, cutting branches as they get in the way. Obann, cloak and hood down, laughing hand taking out full, trees at the side as they begin to tumble over. I see one of the trees begin to uproot. They begin to turn towards him. Obann just kind of looks and snaps his fingers and points. The laughing hand turns around and just shreds this tree in 3 wide swipes. The tree kind of seems to give out a low groan as it crumbles backward. Make a perception check.
Come on, Laura.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. 19?
19. Okay. You gather from the light from the northern end. They've only just recently made it through the edge of the tree line.
Okay.
So they seem to have only just begun to enter wherever they are.
Okay.
You also notice at the base of Yasha's neck, as she slashes through some of these branches, a very, very faint kind of orange glow right at the base of the skull. It kind of peeks through some of her hair as it swishes past and out of the way.
She's jacked in.
A very faint orange circular ember.
Okay. Here's the traveler. Does this make you nervous at all?
Everything about this makes me nervous.
Do I see anything else of interest? Does it look like they're still in the swamp, the Lotus Den, or?
It looks like they're pushing out of the swamp and into some sort of the wooded space.
Okay.
It's still sloshy with some feet,
it feels like they're at the Lotus Den still.
Possibly. it is still damp with each footfall. Like the marsh is receding into the heavier wood, which is kind of what you notice is the tree line shifting into it. So there's still like that weird like wet sucking sound with footfalls.
Does it look like Obann is happy? Does it look like
Yeah, does he look frustrated?
Yeah, does he look frustrated or does he look like he's accomplishing?
Make an insight check.
Inside check.
Wisdom, still, that's good. Okay.
Okay. 19 again.
19 again. As you kind of glance about, they're all pretty clustered and kind of like shoulder to shoulder, you know, prepared as they push forward through this jungle. He looks a little frustrated, if driven. Like looking about, trying to just take in the surroundings. Their movement over the next 10 minutes or so seems not wholly driven or focused.
Okay.
So you get the sense that he is essentially stabbing in the dark in what he thinks to be the right direction.
Okay, okay.
Roll another perception check for me, please.
BGBs. God, how do I keep rolling the same number? 17.
17, okay. You do also notice at his side what looks to be a bag that hangs about a foot off his belt, and it looks to contain something roughly spherical.
He's got the head.
Or the heart. No, the head.
Yeah, I got the head already.
So they just need the heart.
Yeah, we're going to the fucking Lotus Den, y'all.
All right, I'm going to try to scry.
Okay. So you stop here in the same area where the bodies were found. You haven't left from this spot. Using the little clearing here, you begin to set up your scrying ritual. You focus. Takes about 10 minutes to cast. You set up everything nervously. It's getting colder and colder. And as you sit down, the mist is obfuscating about a foot or so of the ground. So as you're setting it up, you're having to like shoo away the mist a bit and set it up before it begins to filter back in. You sit down and you guys watch as Jester, you can only really see about her elbows up as she sits in the middle of this mist that's kind of just drifted around her. Cold and weirdly beautiful as she closes her eyes. And for a second, you swear you see the mist kind of move around her, like something just kind of shifted around her. Kind of makes you think for a moment. It's cold, it's dark, and in that moment, there's that sense of desperation and loneliness as you focus on the spell. And as the mist kind of curls in around you, like a cloak encircling you, you feel the traveler there once more and say, not too far. And suddenly you feel your vision pulled as his hand kind of rests on your cheek and turns your head this way. And as your head turns this way, it's almost like you're looking from one window to another. And as you look into this other pane of glass through it, you can see in a familiar darkened wood like this, in the shadows, a very, very faint bit of crackling firelight. You see in the space what looks to be a very, very low-lit fire in a center of stones. And sitting across it on two kind of rotting logs that have been lumped there, you can see Obann in his true form. Kind of red demon skin and wings folded, sitting there kind of looking at the fire, kind of putting his hand in it and kind of letting it kind of curl around his fingers. And Yasha just sitting there looking into the flames. He reaches down and pulls up a bottle of wine and just takes a drink of it. Looks to her. You may have some. And holds it out. She reaches out without even looking and takes it and drinks from the bottle and hands it back. As he retrieves it, he says, you knew the seed of darkness within you only needed the right guide to germinate into something beautiful. Don't forget, you were the one to find me, Orphan-Maker. For this, I will always be grateful. And you will always be my favorite. And he glances around to the nearby wood to see if Maybe another heard him. We draw close to completing our found family, becoming her will manifest, striking from the lightless realms and breaking her chains one by one. You remind me of her, a vision of her intent, walking towards destiny. I'm proud of you. And he reaches out to kind of touch her chin. There's a small spark of blue lightning that sparks from under her chin to his hand, and he kind of pulls back as she kind of recoils a bit to one side. You see him kind of look at his fingers and look at her, furious in but a moment. His eyes glow orange, and you see behind her, kind of from underneath the hair, the orange glow emanate, and she winces for a second before her face going slack once more. He now takes her chin in his hand without a fight and looks her in the eyes and says, "Stubborn as you may be, you are mine. You belong to her. Where we shall walk, no cloud or storm can touch us." As he pulls his hand away, you hear a slight little. He looks over his shoulder a bit. Keep a perimeter watch. Who knows what else is lingering in this forest, and we're so close I can taste it. And he kind of sits down and starts drinking his wine a bit more. And they both just quietly look into the fire a bit longer as the laughing hand begins to lumber off into the darkness.
Was the satchel still on his waist? Did it look like...
Make a perception check.
Come on. This is key. This is key.
Well, with disadvantage because it is... Well, you have dark vision, don't you? Yeah, so you're fine, you're fine.
Okay. God damn it, perception. 14.
14? Within the fire, it was kind of very terribly hidden thing he was trying to keep from anybody. Yeah, it was still hanging from his belt.
Okay.
And make perception checks, the two of you.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone right now.
Yes, thank you.
Natural 19.
21.
Yeah.
21.
Son.
You kind of listen carefully and look out there. Nothing.
I saw them. I saw the camera.
You listen as they all land.
Getting louder?
Whisper.
Book it. Book it stealthy.
So, are you guys going stealthily, or are you moving quickly? Super
Stealthy.
Okay, so that's slower speed. That's pretty slow speed. So everyone go ahead and make a standard stealth check.
Plus 10, you guys.
Did they hear us? Did they hear us? Did they hear us?
He had to have us, right?
Roll.
Maybe. Blessing of the Trickster. Blessing of the Trickster. So you get advantage on your stealth roll.
My stealth, okay.
25.
You dick.
Plus 10?
What's your problem?
Good.
Better get your
Thank
ass
you.
in gear.
I rolled a
Come on,
3,
Kentucky.
but plus 9 for
You
my
gotta get your new
stealth.
dice.
For my stealth, which is 12, plus 10, so 22.
That's actually not terrible.
It's not
For
bad.
3 to...
But I haven't rolled above a 6 pretty
At all
much all
tonight?
game.
I know.
I rolled a 17 on that perception check. That was not for me.
Okay.
It was not my perception check. Keep going.
Well, I rolled an 18, so 30.
41.
35.
25.
All right. So you guys are carefully, quietly moving through in the direction of where the forest was.
Oh god, should we take it?
You hear branches break and shatter. You hear a nearby smaller tree topples over amongst others. The heavy sound cracking as you hear shifting laughs that fade.
Your ears come. Everybody comes.
Then silence. You guys stopping or you continuing to move?
We're being quiet.
Wait, nine. Just wait. Okay, we're gonna lay down.
We're hiding.
You're hiding?
Yeah.
All right. you see kind of wandering about 15 feet off through the forest, the hulking shape of the Laughing Hand. Slashes through this large cluster of tangled net-like vines that just all of a sudden flap onto the ground. And with each step you hear like 4 or 5 weird swirling laughs.
Can I, in this moment of quick breath, can I use divine sense to sort of keep tabs on him, that thing?
Oh my god, yes.
Yes. Divine sense is what's the range on that?
60 feet. Celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
All right. Yeah, you immediately blip as you focus. For the first time since you were given this blessing from the Wild Mother, you close your eyes and you feel this searing, burning sensation to the immediate right of where the Laughing Hand is. And a second one, about 50 feet behind you.
What is that?
Is that open?
There's something behind us.
You see the Laughing Hand turn around and look back from where it came from. And begins marching in the direction you guys were traveling. And in the direction of where you are, you can see, kind of following in the path of the Laughing Hand, Obann and Yasha, also now continuing their trek.
Wait, are they heading back to their camp? Or
No,
we're headed.
We're walking with them.
Yes.
This is the worst thing that could have happened.
Oh, shit.
You know when you say goodbye to someone too soon?
Oh god, I'm really warm.
Okay.
But if we had started running, Obann was in the direction we were heading, right?
So
Obann was behind you guys.
Okay.
The Laughing Hand was a little bit ahead. He was now marching that direction.
Okay.
And it looks like Yasha and Obann were slowly catching
So
up.
we see them now. We see Obann and Yasha now.
You
Passing
guys don't
us?
see them. You've noticed and kind of glance over your shoulder and see about 50 feet behind.
We should give a birth, like a wide berth, but we need to mirror them to this thing. We need to watch and see what happens.
Just wrap this.
We have to.
Maybe we should go to plan 2.
Yeah, I think we should go to plan 2. What? It's easier.
We're not gonna get there before them.
No. Okay.
So we gotta go to plan 2.
We just pace alongside of them for a bit. Not get to the plan, and then we can just like
They're
TIE
awake
fighters.
and walking now. This isn't like sneaking up on someone who's asleep.
it's like a moving train mission. Like jump on it and go.
Demons see things that are invisible. Anybody know? Anybody know? Do you know? You read books.
Have I read anything in a book? It's the demons.
You could make a religion check if you'd like.
Can I do that?
Sure.
Really low.
I have
11, super low.
Bullshit for me too. 17, better
That's a
than
big
him.
ass.
That's great.
It's a big
12.
Okay. In your studies with different celestial and or fiendish entities that have a modicum of power and station over lesser versions of themselves, some of them can and often do see things that have been cloaked for the sense of personal preservation. Both in devilish and demonic circles, you know, lesser entities are always looking to undercut each other to rise up in station, especially when it comes to devils as well. So some do. Not all of them do.
Super concrete info.
It's a fucking coin toss.
Obann kind of, he flies up and lands up in a tree and kind of looks around.
Oh shit.
Looks up at where all the branches have broken.
Oh shit.
Still be drunk.
Follows the eye line of where they broke and the impacts in the dirt where you guys were.
Stop casting your teleportation.
I don't think
He goes,
so.
Yeah, do it and then just run up and grab
We
the
don't have
skull
10
and run
minutes.
away.
Orphan Maker.
He's got him.
And he points in the direction of where you guys are. And then
Where we are.
of where you guys landed. You guys have probably moved and hit off to the side, but you can see now they're piecing together.
Smart.
You got it. All right. At this point, Obann is now up the side of the tree. From what, it's a little far to see the details, but it looks like he finds a portion of the tree and begins to like fit his hand into it.
Fuckers, he's fucking found it.
He's found it already.
You now see Obann is now like kind of up to the shoulder in this tree, and it's like, you can like hear him kind of loosely in pain. And then you watch the tree shudder, and suddenly he gets pushed out of the tree for a second. His arm, kind of this like weird mist drifting off of it as he floats back about 5 feet or so.
Oh shit.
The tree now, its roots kind of don't pull out of the ground aggressively. You watch them just kind of drift up like they're nothing. And the tree sort of comes to life. Its many branches become many arms. You see where that kind of knot hole where Obann put his arm remains, but you can see there's this kind of like ghostly teeth on the inside. No eyes. But the wraithroot tree is now animated. You do nothing, you wait. Obann's turn. Obann is going to drift. Take that. Whatever that was that fell. I'll deal with you later.
Hey, isn't your
Some lollipops.
Huh?
isn't your demon ogre still alive?
He's way the fuck
Way
back
far
there.
away.
Oh, he didn't follow us? He's not pretty soon.
Obann's going to drift down and attempt to place its arm into the maw once more.
He's still trying to get.
He's trying to get the heart.
He's still trying to get at its nads.
Oh, yeah,
So he
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
puts the arm in a second time, and it's now going to be.
Copping a feel.
He has to make a Constitution saving throw. He succeeds. So
Take
he
your
only
time,
takes-
Matt. Take your time. Get it right.
Okay.
Kill that fucking demon. With that pissed off
All right.
ghost
He
tree.
winces in pain once more, and he's going to attempt to. It's a contested strength. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a DC.
Come on, tree.
Never mind. It's a DC check.
Come on, Groot.
Come on, giving tree. Give.
Get it?
His hand emerges. What looks like clutching some sort of a dull, glowing
Seriously, that
blue
fucking fast?
stone.
That was easy.
Good for him.
The tree's still standing,
Okay, good. It's not dead. Okay.
but that's his action, is to pull it from the mouth. You can see outside of the mouth, all this mist kind of.
Did you held your action, right?
No, I didn't hold mine.
I think he's gonna go. He has enough movement to get 20 more feet up, so that'll put him at 30 feet off the ground.
He's only 30 feet up. He's only 30 feet off the ground.
Piece of shit.
What's your range?
All right, so he's now holding it. His hand's backing away, and he goes, and he's looking down at Yasha. We did it! We did it! Looks up kind of to the sky. We did it! You got it. That finish your turn, Ford?
It does.
Does he drop the heart and the skull?
No. It is now Obann's turn. Obann, having this, sees the fiddling with it. Oh, shit. Looks around. You see him glancing around for any sign of the laughing hand. He goes, we'll find him later. He's going to go ahead and swoop down towards Yasha. And he's going to go ahead and reach out and say, come on up. We have work to do. And he's going to go ahead and attempt to
Can she go? Can
plane
she
shift.
leave?
There's only 2 of us that can stop this, and I still only have 2 spell slots.
Doing plane shifts?
Yeah.
Counter spell. You have one?
What's the range on counterspell?
Let's find out. 60 feet, I'm too far away.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60, 70 feet away. He's out of range.
All right.
Reaches out and grabs Yasha and the 2.
Can't. There's because she's stationary from Sentinel. Nothing. That doesn't matter.
Doesn't change at all.
You know what? It's for the best. We would have died if they would have stayed.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
Would you like me to scry then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you scry on something
Can you-
you've
can
never
you-
seen?
Yeah.
I can certainly try. It's not easy.
I describe exactly what he looks like. Oh, I'm going to hold up my my journal to the mirror so she can see my drawing of the laughing hand. See him? Do you see? He's got all his mouths and stuff, and he's got the
I'll use disguise self to turn into
Like a tiny version.
tiny laughing
He's like,
hand.
that is very disgusting. That is
really
very
gross.
disgusting.
It's a lot to deal with.
All right. It'll take me a moment, and she begins to.
Can you like put us on hold while you do that?
This lasts for 10 minutes, so we could be looking at her while she's cried if we want to.
The scry ritual takes how long to prepare? Just to remind myself.
10 minutes.
Well,
So you'll have to come get back to me. If you don't mind afterward.
okay.
Right. Well,
We'll hang up and call back immediately. By then, you will have done
We're gonna
it.
most likely.
keep looking for.
Okay.
All right.
So.
And the connection dissipates.
Call back.
1, 2.
Okay,
Three.
call back.
Right, like. Okay. Yeah. This entity is doing very poorly. Extremely poorly. When I was checking in, he was in the midst of being berated by an individual. Possibly. The flesh was sagging and it was extremely lethargic, breathing heavy.
Whoa.
Yeah, so whatever you did seems to have had quite an impact on this creature. There was talk a bit of an event soon as part of this frustration. Shouting at this beast, this laughing hand, about how it falls apart near the finish line.
The pull-in. Everyone goes, anyway, continue. Like, of course, no worries. All right.
Plus, we make a mean a cappella group.
Oh, I bet.
Does not have good tune. He concentrates on this large crystal sphere that has this like gold leaf lattice that kind of curls up around it. It looks almost like a intricately carved geometric nest that kind of builds up around like 2/3 of the actual sphere. As he focuses on it, the eyes close, the eyes open once more, and they're just clouded over. You have like a memory flash of when you first met Shikasta with that snow-blind look. As he quietly focuses for a bit and starts talking loud. You need to make her save. All right, she's walking. She's walking. She's got some companions around. They're all kind of cloaked right now. It's a bit of rainfall. Where are they? Oh, but I missed down. There's that's a big. Oh, they're walking up to Rexentrum.
They're in Rexentrum.
Trying to get a look at her eyes there. They're focused.
Is her neck glowing?
Yeah, neck.
Guidance.
I can't see, unfortunately. Cloak's kind of blocking it all. Sorry. Here's a big one with him.
Does the big one look weak?
It's a big. I don't know. I can't get a good look at it. I'm focused on Yasha. It's big though.
Damn.
He's like, well, all right, they're approaching the outer gates. Oh, it's raining hard.
Maybe I shouldn't do it then.
There's a guard questioning them.
Oh, there.
Oh
No,
no!
they're gonna kill that guard.
There.
All right, now the guard lets him in.
Oh, because he manipulated the guard. He can charm people.
All right, now they're entering the city. Yeah, I haven't been to Rexentrum in a while. It's real
Do you
big.
see a woman with red hair and dark elf-looking features?
Do you see the inevitable end?
There's only so much radius around. Actually, there's a fourth trail in them. Oh God, it's her.
Yeah. Great.
Well, at least you know she's not going to attack us here.
God damn it.
That finishes Not's turn. All right. Not as you get up to the door, you kind of sit there looking around and you hear.
No. Oh no, something's coming.
Oh no.
You turn back and the door. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, the left hand. It's gotta be the left hand, right?
16. You do manage to move out of the way just in time as the doors slam open.
I would also know if Yasha is coming, by the way. I would be able to sense any movement.
Sense.
Oh God.
hand comes barreling through.
No!
And right as it moves past, you hear the no! That horrible laughing sound again. You're like,
La 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 la
Shit, no, I don't have time to like cover my ears or anything.
Oh shit.
you also entering right after and flying up high into the chamber.
I hate it.
No, I hate Obann. He's Obann. Up to the top.
On! This is it! This is it!
And then stepping out, you see Yasha.
Oh, she died! She fell down, she's dead. She cracked her head on the steps.
Epic entrance, dude.
Doesn't move again.
Oh shit, oh god. I'd like to turn to Yasha and say, you've been down here. Mind giving us a sneak peek of what we're looking forward to?
Yes.
The crypt.
I don't exactly know everything, but I know that we came down here to break the shackles off of the Fane, and we needed 4 of us. All I know is that that is down here, and that was the plan.
Did you succeed?
I don't think we've done it yet.
You were in transit before you were notified from a Thum upstairs and called to aid.
But now they have not.
So you
But
haven't,
they only have 3.
you haven't done it yet.
We haven't done it yet.
The laughing hand is gone.
Yes, and I don't think it can be successful because Obann looks for very specific people to do it. So as long as nobody else shows up, I don't believe it can succeed.
Why you?
Well, from what Obann has told me, he has chosen people that he believes cannot be killed. So, we continue to go to every one of these shackles and try to break all of them, because when all 4 of us break them, we die, and then we come back, and then we go to the next one.
You say other
It kills
shackles.
the people that it does. It kills the people?
Yes.
But you come back.
How many shackles have you been to?
This was the first one.
As you all kind of walk in and fan out, Ford, you look around and look up, and you're the only one who can see.
Oh my god.
Obann and the Cadogeist, who are both floating up at the top of the chamber, about 50 feet up above you, where the pillars, the load-bearing pillars, are all kind of coming to kind of almost like a pyramid type gathering at the top to keep this whole chamber up, and they're just kind of up there watching you all. And right as you look up at them, Obann goes, and they both, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, it's so hereditary.
Damage. How do you want to do?
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious?
Sometimes it's fucking poetic.
Oh my god. Okay, I want to do something very bad.
Do it.
Okay. Is he turned away from me, or is he looking at me?
After Jester grabbed him, Bo beat the shit out of him, Ford came around and hacked him. He's like keeping around. He's looking out. He's looking for the Cadogeist to come jump in and help him turn the tide. And you see he's getting ready to kind of glance at one of your friends who he hasn't yet, to try and take their mind. And then out of the corner of his eye, he sees you approach over the shoulder.
I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but I kind of want to reach up to the top of his wings, and I want to pull them off.
Yeah. As you reach and grab, you see electrical energy across her arms. As her eyes begin to spark with bright blue anger, she puts her foot against the back of his shoulder blades and he starts screaming. Tears the wings off of his back. They go scattering across the ground, spinning, spattering his dark blood across the stone. He falls to his knees.
And then I'll take out Skin Gorger. Right through the chest.
The blade goes in. Pull the blade out, and he falls to the ground.
Angel of Iron, why have you abandoned me? I did everything you asked.
All the light in the room gets darker. The actual pillar in the obelisk seems to flicker, and the shadows grow long and deep. This low vibration takes the floor.
He's in a circle.
And you hear a and if you speak Abyssal.
I speak Abyssal.
Holy shit.
You hear,
You failed, and so shall be punished.
and he goes, no. And you watch the blood pouring out of his chest begins to blacken. And
I look
become
him in the face and I say, did you hear that?
the blood becomes more and more of a gush, like a waterfall. And his body begins to melt in his face. As his entire corpse turns into this black, oily sludge that begins to spill out on the ground and expand. You all kind of step back a bit as you watch it boil and roil. Tendrils begin to reach out of it. You guys all kind of step back a bit in the chamber and watch as it rises up from the black, inky mess. Obann the Punished rises. A mass of black, blue, and dark, deep green tentacles and teeth and eyes. Cursed now with a punished form from the chained oblivion.
What? Oh! That's super gross! It just got worse? Ew!
Did shit just get worse?
What the fuck is that?
And that's where we'll pick up next.
Oh no. It's got tongues. It's got eyes hanging off of tendrils.
I ate that in Japan once.
Oh.
I don't like any of
It's
this.
like the laughing hand, but worse.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's the little mini oblivion.
Supposed to do.
Maybe.
So we'll pick up from there
Oh
next week.
boy.
His turn. Catergeist is going to attack.
Come on, come on!
Yeah, you are. aren't you?
I really don't want to do this.
Yes,
Do it, just do it.
Come on.
That's 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it's not a sneak attack because no one
Everybody's
is
dead.
Everybody's dead from it.
What about the
Although
gorilla?
Caleb-
the
Caleb-
gorilla is engaged with it.
10 feet reach.
And technically, yeah,
I mean,
10
he
feet.
also would have.
Yeah.
He's not going from far away. He's on top of it.
That's true. That's true. I'll allow it.
Matt's gonna kill one of his own characters.
Come on.
Glad we shamed you into this.
Say it.
Yes.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
How do I want to do this?
Friendship. It was killed with the power of friendship.
Matt, please describe how you would like to kill yourself.
Oh shit.
As the creature itself is like pulling itself towards the doorway as everyone's trying to find its way around, you watch tendrils pulling it and dragging its form in almost like a weird rolling ball of black inkiness. As it makes its way that direction, Caduceus inside being torn by the teeth that grind, everyone else knocked unconscious on the ground, eyes rolled back, mouths open, barely breathing. You watch as the Catergeist kind of vanishes into the ground. As it pulls forward, it explodes from the inside. Caduceus rolls out onto the ground, covered in the black ichor, and there where it was standing, you see the Cato guys holding both blades out, had phased up into it and burst through from the inside, carving it apart into multiple places.
Is
Points of
rushing
healing
to
to
me.
you both.
Oh god.
Can't believe I got fucking killing my own boss.
Had to happen.
So
I mean,
one of us, it was gonna
play for
happen.
hundreds of hours.
I know.
Oh.
I just don't want to rob you guys of it.
Oh, no.
Happy
Really
for you.
annoying.
It was the best.
It was cool.
All right.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
How did it
Spider-Man
feel?
says.
It felt all right. It just felt kind of bad.
No, it was awesome.
You were so close to finishing.
I cure wounds myself at level 1
I had like 3
for
hit points.
11 points of healing PS.